Ready? Good? I look pretty?
We looking pretty?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Kevin. I created this channel to find different communities who have unique stories, life obstacles, and something to share.
Today we're joined here with Kyle Cummings, fitness influencer and bodybuilder. Welcome to the show, Kyle.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah,
I really
man, this is gonna be fun.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
It's something new for both of us. I'm Kyle Cummings. Welcome to Healthy Hangouts.
Well, these meals are provided by Unrefined. They're the top meal prep and delivery company in Cleveland. What we love about Unrefined is that it's just a lifestyle, not necessarily a diet. You know, like you don't have to be competing into the bodybuilding world.
Right.
It's just literally a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Anybody viewing now, if you haven't, check out Unrefined using the code HH30 and get 30% off on your first order. So go check it out as we dig in and start these questions, huh?
I started working at Old School Iron, and that's really what pushed me in order to be able to do this bodybuilding show. If you go to that gym, it's pretty much 80% bodybuilders in that gym. So building that community while I'm at work, while I'm working out, it just really helped me get a sense of like comfort almost. Mm-hmm. So I felt comfortable around it. People were giving me good praise about the sport, telling me that essentially like you can do it. Anybody can do it if they put their mind to it. And people saw just the discipline that I have overall in my life, with my lifestyle, my diet, my working out routine, everything that I do. And essentially, like, they were just giving me that comfort, man, and it built such a good love and passion and just camaraderie with the sport.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like, I'll even work out with bodybuilders too. And you would think that's kind of weird because you're like, hey, that's your competitor.
No, but
yeah, I'm going up against you, but I'm telling you, man, it brings out the best in you.
Yeah.
And for me, especially, I know I'm gonna go up against this guy competing. I'm gonna work harder. I'm like, I have to beat this guy. So it pushes me to beyond belief.
Bodybuilding often involves just establishing those positive habits and routines.
Absolutely.
How have those habits, contributed to, your life outside of bodybuilding? Does that help with your mental state, your stress levels, all that kind of thing? Just because like finding that routine does help, as much as it's hard to get, and find the right one, but it does help.
So yeah, it's about what I said earlier, man, stacking them small wins. Like, do you think I really want to get up every single morning? Like, there's mornings where I just don't want to do it at all, but it's just that discipline, that motivation that I have to find within myself every single day to continue to get those small things done. You just got to keep doing everything right, and then those wins will ultimately play out in your favor.
Yep.
So last year, I wasn't really doing much. I was personal training, but I wasn't pushing myself past anything. The small things were not adding up. I wasn't doing the right things every single day, and that's what kind of like held me back. It was me that was holding me back ultimately. Yeah. So once I got past that, I was like, hey, I need to do this. It's gonna make me uncomfortable maybe, but it will help me grow. So just doing that every single day kind of just made me more mentally resilient, and I kind of became numb to it in a sense. Like, I was like, I'm just getting up and this is what I do.
Right.
Like, this is what I do.
You obviously sacrifice friendships to family friendships, relationships. Just how do you balance actual life to then your bodybuilding life, which I know it is your life, but
100%, yeah. So like bodybuilding, lifting, that's what I do. It's what I do every day. I train clients every single day at the gym. I have online clients. I train myself. My entire life is just fitness in general.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I do like to, go out. I like to hang out with my friends. I like to do things that are just outside of fitness as well. And creating that balance has been hard, but it's been doable. It's a lot of, they tell you when you're younger, you don't want to grow up, and life becomes so busy, and you have a hard time connecting with people and hanging out with people and doing those things. But it's honestly far from the truth. You still can make time for what you want to make time for. And I've just been able to kind of find a good balance between, hey, I'm allowing myself maybe 1 or 2 cheat meals a week, and that's where I'm able to kind of go out and maybe go out to dinner with my friends or do things that we might like to do, like go out and have a couple drinks, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And that's where you
Still
get that
have
balance.
that, a little bit.
You need freedom in your life.
Right, yeah, the freedom,
so
that's what I was looking for.
even with my clients, I tell them all the time, I'm like 80-20 rule.
80-20, yeah.
80-20 rule is what I live by. Unless I'm on prep. It's 100-0 on prep. So
And like you said, if you stay on point,
this is what happens. This is what happens when you stay on
amazing.
point and stay on track with your goals.
Well, hey, as we move on with the next question, Kari's gonna go grab us our meal now. Okay?
Korean
So
barbecue.
We'll take the Korean barbecue. You got Korean barbecue. I think I got what did I get? The buffalo mac and cheese.
Here you go.
Thank you. Check this out.
Yeah, what do you got there?
So I have the Korean barbecue beef bowl. This is honestly one of my favorite meals I've ever had from
Okay, so you have had that.
This, dude, when I first started working with them, it was my favorite. And then they took it off the menu, but it's back. So
It's back, okay.
make sure you guys go get yourself some Korean barbecue beef.
And I have buffalo mac and cheese, so with some broccoli. So I'm excited to dig into that as we go on to these next questions here. Whatever you're comfortable with sharing, but like you mentioned that you always weren't the one in front of the camera, kind of shy. Have you suffered from some depression or some just lack of confidence, and any story behind how you got there and then utilizing your new life to kind of get out?
Right, so when I was younger, I got made fun of for my speech impediments that I had. I wasn't able to talk that well, so it kind of held me up from being that person in the spotlight, right? I had a lisp, I wasn't able to talk that well, so I went to speech class when I was younger and ultimately just tried to better myself, and I was just never comfortable in front of a camera.
So I reached out to one of your buddies, Matt Hess.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah?
I love him.
I asked him
That's
about
aesthetics, baby. That's aesthetics.
Apparently you've done it 1,000 times, but you recently got yelled at for taking your
my shirt off.
But you've done it like 1,000
Yeah,
times. And
absolutely.
he's like, it's simple. He's like, but just ask him about that.
Yeah, so it wasn't anything like, hey, put your shirt on,
Okay,
like we're
yeah.
sick of seeing you with your shirt off, dude. But yeah, at the end of my workouts, I typically like to see how my physique is looking. Like I go
you
to the
get your
gym
pump.
to build a physique, and
Right.
I think I should be able to look at it, especially and see like, oh, hey, I have a pump. I can see what areas are like looking good, what areas I might need to work on a little bit more.
Exactly.
And then also I'm a fitness influencer, man, so I'm gonna take
You
a couple of shirtless
create the
pictures,
content.
Yeah.
like- and I mean, look at the way you do. I mean, you gotta take that.
I'm gonna show off the body a little bit, but yeah, that's happened to me. Oh my
Probably
gosh,
so many times, I'm sure.
so many times, man.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I reached out to him on Instagram.
Yeah, that's my guy. Shout out Max. I think we gotta start it off with eating one of these, or at least taking a bite, right?
Yeah, definitely. Hey,
that. Cheers, brother.
Yep. I mean, right?
For being like protein based,
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
it's moist. I mean, you can't get much better than that with the macros on it.
I was gonna say protein based because there's so many bars that I just suck down just because I don't like them and like it's dry.
Yeah, unrefined honestly has changed my life, dude.
It is.
It makes it so much easier to get my meals in.
Go over as we're enjoying something sweet. Go over how sweet it was winning 2 gold medals.
It's funny because I haven't had my trophies. I actually just picked them up from the gym that my coach works at, and I haven't seen them in a while. And like kind of looking back on pictures and everything, I'm like, did that actually happen? Like it still is like so surreal to me, man. Because since I was 17 years old, I started watching YouTube. And I was in my buddy Tyler's house, my videographer, and we're sitting there watching Christian Guzman. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he owns Alphalete, and he's also a bodybuilder, and he's doing men's physique, and I'm like, that is sweet. Like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And next thing you know, I'm like kind of getting into fitness more, and I'm like, okay, like I'm starting to pose, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I just want to be like him. But years and years of trial and error just kind of led me to breaking down my body and building it back up and trying to figure out these things and how to build my body to step up on a stage and compete. And once I got there, the mental part was honestly the harder part of it, just kind of building the confidence within myself to be like, hey, you can step up there and do it. So I went to a show, actually the same exact show I did, but it was in April, and my buddy Dalen, he was competing. So he competed and he stepped on stage against some guys, and I was like sitting in the crowd and I'm like, I could be up there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm ready.
You envisioned it.
Yeah, I was
like
like,
you were saying
I'm like,
before.
I could see myself up there doing this. So, locked in and just made myself like commit fully. Right after that show, I was like, I'm going to get on a prep. I'm going to do the show in October. So it was like 6 months away. I was like, I have a 3-month prep. I can make this happen. We started the journey together and we finished it, and just, dude, lifting those trophies at the end of it.
I mean,
the most,
we were
the
taking
most
those. We were taking
euphoric.
those pictures. I mean, it just looked powerful.
It's
just
powerful.
in your
and
hand,
standing on that stage alone, holding that trophy up.
Everyone clapping,
Yeah,
cheering
everyone,
for
dude.
you.
And I had the most
feeling
unreal.
great. Your
Dude.
body looking like a superhero.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And you're like on a stage. You got the spotlights
Super
on
cool.
you. You're holding the trophy that you wished of holding.
Right.
And it just felt unreal, man. Like, I can't wait to do it again. Ultimately, right now, I'm planning on doing another bodybuilding show, actually the same bodybuilding show where it all started. So it'll be the Dave Lieberman show. I believe it's October 5th, don't quote me on it. There's gonna be more details to come. So I'm gonna go back to the first show, and we're gonna try to win that overall. So the way it's kind of set up is you have novice, and then you have open class. So once you win your open class, you go into a thing called the overall, and there's 4 classes in open. So you go against 4 guys to compete for the overall trophy. I never won an overall trophy yet, so next up is win an overall.
All right, yeah.
And that's like, it's really a cherry on the top of it all. If you compete and you win your overall or your open class, you qualify for national. So I'm a two times qualified national competitor.
It's time for our one moment of motivation with Kyle here. He wrote down a quote that he wants to share with you guys.
This is my favorite quote of all time. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That's it. And I live by this quote because I was so afraid to take that first step, but ultimately you just need to push yourself past that barrier. Once you get past that barrier, you build momentum and it all carries.
And actually, we have one more little thing for you. If you can grab, I know we been eating a bunch. I reached out to, I don't know his name because I reached out on Instagram. Remember, X Angelic?
Yeah, that's my videographer.
That's your
bro.
videographer?
Yeah.
Okay, what's his name? But would you like a banana?
Dude, every day of prep, I bought bananas. I don't know why I was buying bananas, but I just had a bunch of bananas at home. And every time he came over, I was like, bro, you want a banana?
That's what he said. He's like, dude, just give him a banana, so you can take that home with you.
Dude,
You know,
thank you, Tyler.
But hey,
Bro,
man,
that's so funny that
thank
you
you
reached
so
out
much
to him.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, man.
yeah.
I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how you also kind of blossom and grow
I
with this.
appreciate it.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a great time and great seeing you grow as well.
Hey, I love it. I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Cool.
This is so funny, dude. This is so promotional events. I am starting to do group fitness classes at Old School Iron. Details are to come, but if you go on any of my social media handles, Kyle Cummings Fitness, on anything, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of it, you can find more information there.
Perfect.
So if you guys want to come get a Sunday sweat in, time will be determined, but that will be a fun little thing. And I'm trying to build that community as well. So
Yep.
I think me doing group fitness classes and just kind of motivating people, getting people together,
Beautiful.
creating that positive,
Yep.
energetic environment. That's something I'm really looking forward to as well. So have that coming up. And then just a couple of my sponsors that I wanted to promote as well. I'm wearing TLF. You could go on my link in my profile on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything. I have a little link tree. It has all my codes that you can use. TLF-Kyle C will save you some money on your entire order. Another sponsor of mine is Transparent Labs. I take their supplements every single day. My favorite supplement brand I've ever taken. I take their pre-workout protein, I take multivitamin, you name it, krill oil, whatever you need, they have it. Code Kyle C will save you 10% off on your entire order. So another great brand that I work with.
Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Healthy Hangouts. We are so excited to grow this community with you. With our next guest, we'll deep dive into the depths of mastery. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned.